Hey, this is Azbolg, and this is a quest guide on how to get higher processing knowledge. This begins with in search of higher processing knowledge. There is another quest chain that you might have to do. It's with a lower level NPC, but I had a little problem starting this quest for some reason. I'm going to show you how to start it. If you have any problems, you might have to start off with this quest here, because I like you. It's with the guy near the one of the guard posts. And if you want to find any NPC in the game, you just go like this, and you actually type in his name. But we actually want to find Fisi here, so I just type in Fisi, and I find her, and she's the workshop manager, and tells me the territory and in Untitled City. How do I activate this quest, though, is I didn't do any of that. I already have a level 56 character, and I want to accept this quest, learning higher processing power, and I turned it on. And I think because this life thing was not checked, it wouldn't activate the quest. Because there's so many quests in the game, it wouldn't activate it. So this is actually how you get the quest. So if I just hit accept and I say learn higher processing skills, I read through some of the dialogue here, or you don't read it. And we'll see, and then we'll continue the quest chain. So the next step is a part of just says learn high processing skill. We gotta just hit T, and we walk over to these guys, and they're gonna teach us some stuff. Talk to the wrong guy here. That's Paula the Wood Box Design. Talk to this guy. Got to give him an ash plank. I have one of those back in my place. Some equipment to repair. So I have to get polished stone for grinding. And I have to give him distilled water. So it's all about kind of it involves a little bit of gathering. One other thing about starting this quest is that you actually might need to be gathering skilled, I believe. Let me find that out. Apprentice level 4 in gathering. And the way you can get gathering really up easy is you just buy some empty bottles from the materials vendor. I go to the NPC and I go to material. I go buy some empty bottles, go to a lake or stream, and just hit gather. And you'll be able to gather those pretty easily. So I'm going to go make the distilled water by heating. I'm going to get the polished stone by getting the rocks. I already have some back in my bank in Calphion. And I'm going to make some ash planks by chopping. And I just have to give them some ash planks. So we just have to do a little bit of processing on some raw materials that I can either... The rough stone is really hard to get off them for the polished stone. And you need 10 stone to make a polished stone. So you probably have to go just mine some rocks for that. So I have to make some distilled water by heating. I think I've used all of them in my bank. So I'm going to just go to the materials vendor real quick, like I was talking about just a second ago. I just hit, I go to the NPC, and I click material, I hit T, and I sprint. And I can just talk to this guy here. Shop. And I'm going to buy these empty bottles, which I was just talking about. I'm going to buy multiple of them. I don't want to buy the maximum quantity, but we can buy like 30 of them. They don't weigh very much. And this is just a great way. And we're going to just go to this stream over here. Just kind of climb. They're actually going to improve the climbing in this game. I was reading about some patch notes. See, there was a rock right there I could mine, and I have a pickaxe on me, so I might just mine some rocks there to get the stone. I just want to dip my... I don't want to swim in the water. I don't think you can swim, but you just want to be sort of wading in the water. Let's see if we can find some shell. Yeah, like here. And I'm going to click. And I actually have some gathering clothes, so... I'm actually going to do that. That speeds up the gathering a little bit. And then I do have some tea I can use to gather, but this isn't a big deal. So I need to boil up. Let's take a look. How many they want? Just 10 of these. So I'm going to return back to the video once we have 10 of these. All right, I don't want to waste all my energy. So here I have some bottles. I'm going to switch off my gathering clothes back to my processing clothes. And now we're going to go to L, I think, for processing. And then I'm going to heat up this bottled water here. So just making sure the quest is correct. Oop. I want to make distilled water by heating. And since you're processing materials, most of the time you are scaling up those materials. So we should be actually making more of these. And these bottled water. Complete the quest, so we'll go turn it in. The next part is just getting polished stone. So I'm going to equip my pickaxe here. I was having some pickaxes out before, so I could just going to mine these things. Not really a big deal. And we get these rough stone. You can see I'm trying to buy the rough stone off the marketplace for the Caltheon grades, but I need a lot of rough stone. So I'm going to just mine some of this stone that I can find here. I have to find 20 stone at a minimum to process it. And I might get more polished stones out of that, but I need at least 20 base materials to begin the processing of that. So I'm going to keep mining here, and we'll continue the video when I'm done mining. So after a few minutes, I ended up getting the 20 rough stone I need to get. So we need to process polished stone by grounding. So we need to ground the stone here. Apparently that's going to polish the stone. So let's take a look here. And it usually takes 10 rough stone to do this. Let me switch my clothes back from gatherers to processing. Try this again. Don't mind me, guard. I'm just making some stone here. Exciting times for Azbolg, the gaming orc. The reason why I'm doing this is because it helps out your passive income. So you don't have enough stone left. That completes that quest. We need to make ash plank by chopping. So we need to get some ash wood. We can just probably go to the marketplace and maybe buy that and then just chop it up. So here's some ash timber on the marketplace. I'm just going to buy like 50 of them. If I can, and the marker won't glitch out on me here. The marketplace in this game is a little bit laggy, I should say. Sketchy, weird. You can see I'm hitting the purchase button, nothing's happening. Kind of locks up. There's thousands of transactions across many channels. And you know, the cheapest item must be bought. So I have to buy this item first. Which is kind of annoying, so just costs 30,000 silver, not bad. So we're going to chop up some of that. And I don't need an axe or anything like that. I can just go to L again. I go to chopping and I find the fur, chop it up. We need to chop up and make 3 planks. It usually takes 10 materials. I think kind of that's how the game works. Usually works in factors of 10 for processing. And I already made it. So here's these 3 guys then. We're going to give him the distilled water. And we're going to pick up some beer probably. Let's see what the most expensive item is. Meat stew. Max HP plus 30 for 30 minutes. Sure. And we get 2 gold bars. That's not too bad. And we got some contribution points. Nice. Brought you the polished stone. We'll get that meat stew again. Turn in this guy. Give him the ash plank. Get the meat stew again. Because I want to use it on my grinder. So we're complete with this quest. I don't think we needed to complete the log quest, but just kind of shows you a little bit about it. Some dye, light sand, croaker, sure. So we actually completed the quest when we turned in those 3 things to those NPCs, and we just turned in the quest to complete it with the Fisi. And I tested it out just now, and it'll work for you. You can see the ash plywood market price is about 4 times or 10 times that of the planks, because that makes sense, because it takes us 10 planks to build plywood, and that'll also help you out increase your market value in the items. And one guy described it, so it'll work, is what I'm trying to say, is you can now turn, before I couldn't make plywood, and now I can, and you should be able to make like bronze and other things like that, I believe. So one thing we couldn't have done with our quest before is actually make brass ingots. So here I am in Caltheon, and without the knowledge of doing this, we need to have, I said, like gathering level 4. We can see from this quest page here about brass ingots from the BDO database. This should work if I start heating these materials together. And these brass ingots, I think, sell for a ton. And so they require 5 each. And so we just made some brass ingots.